take the place. And so this is more of a wetter site, and so that's sort of why cedar was selected. But also cedar is a really super important, awesome tree. There's a ton of like cultural uses for cedar, from like canoe making to basket weaving, and a lot to learn there. But how to plant a plant, we're going to do it in 5 steps. Luckily, I already did it the first step, which is to figure out where to plant the trees. You can see the trees are already placed, so thank you. Second step, we're going to prepare the hole. And so that just means we're going to dig this hole for the tree. And when you're digging, you want to be safe with a shovel. And so I am, see how I'm only using 1 foot? We don't want like 2 feet pogo stick. And then I'm gonna dig this hole about as deep as the pot, but then also about a little bit wider than the pot. And I'm digging it wider than the pot so that I can spread the roots out a little bit. So digging. Yeah, lots of help. It looks drier.
This is a good place. It's so all dry.
And something. So we're planting trees today, and you know what? I guess what I was talking about is it's really. These trees can live 400 or 500 years, which is really impressive. And so, it's taking a minute to get down, to get into the soil, but what we're doing is we're taking the time to really do this right. Because the trees will grow big and old, and that's really what we want. And another thing is, does anyone know why we're planting in the fall?
They're dormant.
They're dormant, yeah.
In the winter, and they could start over in spring.
Exactly, they're dormant. There's a lot of growth that happens in the spring, and so and they're really focused on growing their leaves and everything. But in the winter, they're dormant. I think it looks good. I think so. I'm gonna just get the last dirt out. They're dormant, and so there's also a lot of rain right now, and so that helps the trees get established. It's especially something like this that likes it wetter, helps it get started. Second step is to prepare the plant, and so I just sort of, if it's hard, I like to massage the plant. This plant is ready to go. It came right out. So here's the plant. And so I just gotta prepare the plant now. So I'm gonna massage this soil a little bit, and break it up just a bit. And
why do you need to move the soil on it?
Yeah, so there's a few things to talk about. So one is this tree is really used to this soil here, and this soil is dark, it's a little richer, and so it's used to growing in this soil, and you want to sort of push it to grow outside of its little block, because the roots will just stay in this little ball, and we want it to grow in this new soil and learn about this new soil. Also, the roots in general here, you can see this one's not too bad, but sometimes they're just sort of all in a circle. We really want roots to face downward, like this. Trees, with their roots, they're just gonna keep on growing their roots, and they'll grow their roots really deep. And if we you can do something called J-rooting, which is where you have the roots like this, and then the roots will keep on growing in like a J shape, and then that's not good for stability. So the tree might live 20 or 30 years, but if you break it up and it's loose like this, and then you have the roots dangling and low, then the roots will go down and really get a good foundation. So we really want, how we plant now is its foundation for the next 400 years. So we're trying to get a good foundation. I'm going to add a little bit more soil back in and sort of place it so that the roots are spread out here a little bit and pointed downwards. I don't want that J root. And then there's a little bit of good soil here. I'm just gonna mix it in. And then,
Is it also good to put this like all the
no.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Just-
Thank you.
Well, no. Yeah. Okay. He said we have to make the roots not to bend, just to go down.
Yeah. Roots should go down, and then really good question. I should have mentioned this. When you're preparing the hole, it's a good idea to wipe these leaves away. The leaves like to decompose, and when they're in the soil, that creates air pockets and just bacteria, fungi decomposing, and that can make the tree sick. And so you want a healthy, strong tree. But then just planting the plant. I'm just moving the soil back in. I might take leaves out. If I see any rocks, I'll take rocks out. Trees like to grow in soil, and so I want to get the soil there. I might touch the soil down a little bit to get air pockets out, but I'm not packing it. That way water can flow through. And just like that. This is step 4 is planting the plant.
You check a little bit.
And then once it's planted, we like to do what's called a tug test. Where you check it and you pull like not very hard, like feel like you have long hair, like just like how hard it is until you're like, oh, I feel myself pulling my hair, like just a little bit. And we do that to make sure the soil is not too loose and the tree will stay in the ground. So a tug test, and then it's not coming out right now, and so it looks like it's in there. So we planted the tree. We did the 4 steps. Fancy step 5 I like to do is come up with a name for the tree. So this tree I'm gonna name. What's a good name? I'm gonna name this tree
Cedric Cedar.
Cedric the Cedar.
Cedric the Cedar.
And I want you all to tell someone one of your plant names. That's a good way to break the ice. And whoever comes with the coolest name today, get brownie points. Because that's yeah.
Can you make maybe a recap 5 steps for the trees?
Yes. Okay. Yes. So first step is already done. They place the trees where they want to be planted. Second step is I dug the hole, and when I'm digging the hole, I want to wipe the leaves away, so that the leaves aren't there decomposing. Just dig the hole, dig it as deep as the plant, as wide as the plant. Third step is to prepare the plant, and so that's when I got it out of the plant, massaged it, and kind of broke it up a bit. Sometimes that scares people, but really breaking the roots stimulates more root growth, and the plant's in shock right now, but that will help it get established this winter. and make sure they're pointed down. We don't want J roots. That will make sure that 20, 40 years they're really established. And then fourth step is when I moved it back in. Make sure you're not getting leaves in there. And then
no stones.
Or stones. Thank you. And maybe pack it a little bit in, but not too much that water can't go through. And then fifth step, you name it.
You pull it to make sure that it's not coming up.
Yeah.
Yes. So we can start this way, and then when we finish this way, we come up this way. Then there are some stakes outside of the fence. We do those. That's all. We have
And we dig
220.
where the tree is, right? We don't move the pots around. We just dig exactly where they are located. Okay.
Yeah. We remove we move it a little bit. Dig at where it is right where it was.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 2 or 3 leaders. One side, this side, this side. Leaders.
Should we divide?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Do you guys
Yeah.
do you guys want to give some of since you're hosting? Do you want to give some of the leaders from your group?
Yeah. I'll lead this way. Birma lead that way.
And you. with the
I'm
big
not.
one.
I mean, don't you have? You have. Oh, who's working with you? If you can serve, you do have. Yeah, here you go. Third leader.
All right. Let's start.
Anybody who's with Meetup, who came with Meetup, if you want to say like a brief hello and then what we're doing after. Thank you for being here. This is great. And let me know which group you were with because I cross-listed a few groups. But I like the Washington weekend meetup. It's really diverse in age, in groups, and it's more international. But I hope in the future, and if you like this, I hope to connect with other volunteering or activism because it's really fun to do those events. And then afterwards, we're thinking, because I don't know this neighborhood too much, but it's an Eastern African area right here. So they have a lot of restaurants. And our Mayas couldn't be here today from Ethiopian Washington Serve. Recommended a place, and I think it's big enough to accommodate all of us. So we can do this. Yeah, maybe.